ready to dive into the second half of the day. We'll start with a speaker who's here to share the lessons learned from their transformation with composable commerce and what they've learned about partnerships. So, please welcome Juho Luukko, Head of ICT at Lappset, with his presentation, Movement for Every Heartbeat.
Good afternoon, and I'm excited to tell you how Lappset is building the future of play. And our story that we are quite newbies here. I don't have all the fancy stuff there related to composable commerce. I spend a lot of time by myself by thinking about these and how our partner Iona has helped us in this specific journey. And just do I get voice back? Yeah, thank you. Tell a little bit about our story and how the good partnership has gained the proofness for doing the future things for us. And I think there is a few words and base things that we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. That kind of a motto is what we have at Lappset. And I think really well describes what we are doing currently at the moment with here. First, I talk a little bit about Lappset so you get to know what we are doing, what's our business and so on. So mostly we are B2B manufacturer. And then I share you about the story and what we have done during the 1.5 years with Iona. The history is 55 years old, 1970 established by Antero Ikaheimo, so it's a family-owned company. And the name was Pohjois-Kalotti during that time. And he discovered the business after discovering the playgrounds in Finland were poorly furnished and did not include playing and playable equipments for children and so on. Our core is there, you will see later, it's far north. And now I get the texts getting bigger. And the playground equipment is manufactured from sustainable timber and mostly the northern pine. And here you can see our story. We are quite international company, even we are located mostly in Finland. Our manufacturing facilities are located here and in Estonia. Here are some key figures, the turnovers and the locations where we are located in Finland, and approximately 400 people working. So not a big one compared to the other what we have today on the table. Our roots are deep in the north, in Arctic Sea, really close to Polar Circle. And despite of this northern location, or maybe thanks to its exotic site, the Lappset has succeeded in conquering the world with its inspirational, safe, sustainable playgrounds, outdoor sports, parks, and themed attractions. Our companies are located, the manufacturing sites are located in Finland, in Rovaniemi, where all our wood production is made. We have just heavily invested in automation in our manufacturing facilities there for the first parts of wood processing, several million euros to fully automate those, the first saws and so on, and later on the CNC devices and so on. Our metalworks is done mostly in Estonia because there's no any competence here at Finland, or all those are working in a shipbuilding industry currently. So really hard to find proper workers. And our metalwork is done in Estonia, really close to Tallinn, the capital city of Estonia. And then we have several sales offices, and the big ones. In Sweden, it's almost like 50 persons, and then in Netherlands we have our interactive playground production facilities and development located in there. So, what's our dream? It's to strengthen the heartbeat for more than 1 billion people by 2030. That's what we are trying to achieve. How we do it, and what are our products there that product portfolio is wide and covers all ages group, from kids, toddlers to seniors. We offer also several innovative and interactive play and sports equipments as well. And our theme parks, like Angry Birds parks, what we have established years ago already in cooperation with those companies. And the family entertainment centers are unique and represents the worldwide known children brands around the world. Then together with this, we of course have services for these, and the sustainability is one of the key things what we have, and inspecting the refurbishing stuff there and how giving a new spark to old playgrounds and so on. So installation inspections are legally required in Finland, so you need to make sure that those are safe and can last years. And then we are doing the surface maintenance and cleaning as well. So that's kind of a service part of our business. Then one of the interesting, I don't really know, but I think that we are unique in that sense that I think we have the world's largest IoT environment related to interactive playgrounds in the world. We have almost 800 playgrounds, as you can see on those spots, and those are all the time online. We are seeing how which games they are playing there. It's our own product, it's our own software, it's our own IoT environment. It's been there for a while already, and this is one of our goals, that how we take these kind of future advantage out of those current products to new ones and so on. So we can offer customers a lot of information, how much people are using those playgrounds, how many children visits there, and so on. Even our football-related walls, these kind of precision walls that you can kick out and see are used by FC Barcelona and big football associations and so on. We invest on a lot of money on researching and investigating with the universities that which gives the best out of and playfulness out of those products and innovations what we are doing. Then, this is my only AI picture I had. It's quite funny that I think I have that monolith of Mordor. I call it Mordor Tower there. But a little bit about the journey, what we have done with the Iona and our composable journey to composable commerce and so on. I think the background has been quite similar to what has already described here, but our customers are expecting the speed, the personalizations, and consistency across all our touch points. For sure, our old setup couldn't keep up the business needs, and all those changes took weeks or months or so ever. And we really needed to move faster and deliver seamless personalized experiences across to every channel. So where we started, now I have that Mordor Tower there. Yeah, we started with these legacy systems, no speed at all or innovations in place. Biggest issues were the silos, for sure. We had an earlier partner there. The contentful and commerce tools were separate products for us. They didn't share data. The result was chaos. Bad data, wrong pricing. Every tiny upgrade was a complex coordination nightmare, let's say so. I was remembering these times and seeing those developers who worked at us during that time and remembering those words that, Juho, have you think about this architecture at all? Why you should take a little bit more focus on this and pushing us? So it was in many levels, both developers, the business persons, and everybody was pushing us in a correct direction. And it was a learning curve for us to understand. And even still, during this last couple of weeks of doing this presentation, I was thinking about that what we are doing, why this is important for us. And more I think about it, I'm getting there, I think. All those presentations I heard today was giving me a proof that we are having the correct direction there. But the best thing what we got out of the Iona as a partner was that they were pushing us. And I love that when you have a kind of a partner who knows exactly what to do and how we see and how we develop our things. That I look things from that we have a people, then we have a data, then we have a processes, and then there is always a technology in there. And what was the difference between the other partners there with, for example, with Iona, was that they thought all out of these. So even the developers, but not only the technical guys, they were telling that, hey, maybe you should go and discuss this about your CEO a bit more. And then pushing on different directions and giving us the correct approach, how to move on. So how we served the business during that time? What were the results of that rigidity? And I think that was the slow time to market. Those simple updates needed the entire stack. Scaling was expensive or impossible. We had to power up everything, even if only search function was busy. Worst of all, the high risk there. All the time the risk that something fails and the whole system is down. And then we have that bad customer experience. So cost, speed, and risk was the main parts there. Then I was thinking a lot that what this means, what's the composable for us? And what should I say the business, that why we are doing this, what are those words? And I try to find out that how I explain, if my manager asked me that what you did there, Juho, yesterday, what's your goal there? And maybe it's in this one word, that imagine if launching a new product page took 1 day instead of 1 month. And I think that's what the composable means for us in a really simple scale. That's the thing that everybody in the business can understand. And therefore, a lot of technical stuff and nice stuff what we have seen here, but sometimes it's really hard to find those correct words, how you talk to those business people so they get the understanding as well. And you need to keep them there. And the nice thing was that Iona as a partner helped us and been helping on that topic as well all the time. Not only me, but people in each and every area. Okay, then things started to develop. So we moved from firefighting to the strategic stance with Iona. We realized that we don't just code. We really need to create an architecture. And Iona helped us to clarify our holistic architecture there and why it's important. It took time and get that understanding, but in the background I think it's now quite solid for the future improvements. So they were focusing the strategy, the architecture, and then a lot of the partnerships, that how in this position of the customer, that what are the things needed in order to help and move in the correct direction. So what we didn't just replace the vendor, because that's what I called earlier on was that one vendor started with, I came in the whole Lappset group during the time that there was a project ongoing and then telling that we are creating these microservices and we have the best of breed products there. So it was fully kind of a technical approach. And then business requested me that, hey, please go through these and see that are these the correct ones? How the hell you are capable to do that without understanding the business? It's impossible. So I was there in my face on the wall and these are the tools. And one strong vendor who convinced our management that, hey, this is the correct path. And that started directly from the technical point of view. Even they have fancy stuff, but it was a kind of technical project. And then the business was not so involved during that time. Okay, Iona introduced the necessary structure to our operations and built, and this has been also able to help us to build our own teams and digital capabilities. So there is now a few native business persons who understand the value of this journey and how to play this game together with the partner. And as in a pyramid, linking technology directly to the business outcomes, and I think that is the best picture describing what Iona did. So they look after those business requirements and needs and which drives the business, and then make the correct proposals for us and looking after the data and the applications and technology as well. And that's the core stack where our future is anchored at the moment. So for us, hopefully, these are not just the tools, but they are the architectural principles defining the stack, how we work in the future. And I think that each and every component must serve precisely the defined business capability. And currently, we have the PIM implementation is underway and ongoing. And this was one of the things which was said us like more than a year ago by Iona that, hey, this is one of the things that you maybe need to move on. And I think there was a Iona's technology guy who actually told us before that company that, hey, this is the end of life, the current product you are having. And then the internal discussion started that, is this the reality? And then I contacted the vendor and heard that, yes, that's true. You have like 4 months' time. You haven't announced that. So it was quite rapid. The decision and the process there and the comparison, Iona helped us there to get out the best of the breed technologies there, but still forced us to make the final decision there. And it was a really nice journey. We had four vendors there, and then ended up at 2, and then chose the one, which was now the Bluestone PIM. And I have no bad words at all about that decision, what we made really fast. But when there was the correct values and correct realities on the table, that what are the things we needed to consider when we make the decision, and that was the journey where Iona helped us a lot. This is a current kind of technology stack what we have. Still there are a lot of work to do for sure. It's not ready yet. And we are running on top of the ERP. The ERP, I'm the guy who has been involved with ERPs for 25 years. SAP, Microsoft. This is the first one with the IFS. And I was really concerned that how I will learn that new one, but it's specially made for manufacturing, and I have no bad words about it. Even it's kind of a legacy system, but they have quite fancy APIs available there and so on. One of the challenges there in structure and in these products in the future, I think, is that AI starts to be involved in those products now on. And each and every vendor has their own approach there. How you combine those. I know that our current version of the ERP, we are just upgrading, and we can get all those AI features, but what are the most valuable for us? How we make and create those integrations, what's their approach and integration strategy now on and in the future. Those are really, really complicated things. But at least if you have those APIs, you are able to connect and having those platforms to discuss together. Okay, then a little bit about the future road mapping and what the partnership has delivered us, but what we get the concrete major results for the growth. Unified design system, ensuring the brand consistency across all the digital touch points we have. Channel harmonizations. Iona has systematically streamlined the channels to support the digital growth. For sure, there is things to improve. One of the things what we discussed with our IONOS CTO was that need to improve this overall observability, how we monitor and log and provide that kind of operational stability. And I'd like that idea that maybe we should provide that not for the technical guys, maybe first for them, but then how we could leverage this to the business so they can see how our business is running currently. So I think that we have achieved the true value and operational stability, because if you don't have the stability, you won't have no innovations at all, for sure. You are struggling with those troubles only. I think we are still refining the core architecture. One of the things what we had discussed is the move on AWS towards the Azure, where all our other systems are running currently. And I think this is kind of a long-term journey towards our composable commerce maturity for peak performance. But it takes time. We have spent 1.5 years, and I think that we have just had the first steps and first floors achieved there. And still a lot of things to do before we are in the final. Maybe the one conclusion that what has happened, that chaos is overcome by clarity, and this clarity is built by the architecture, I think. And our journey starts here. I think the foundation has been built, and growth is our next target. And as you can see here, the nice aurora lights pictures from Rovaniemi, what we have here on the background. That's all. Thanks.
Juho, thank you for sharing Lappset's journey and also highlighting our collaboration. I had one thing I wanted to ask. Looking back, what would you say, or has there been like the single most critical piece of advice or strategic guidance that Iona provided? Or has it just been, like you mentioned, a mixture of everything in a way? Can you pinpoint any?
I think the outcome, how they approach us in a certain levels. So it was not just the technical. They have this kind of approach to discuss with our management, capability to discuss with our business owners, and so on. I think that they took the responsibility on each and every area. And I have seen a lot of things that maybe I should consider by myself a little bit more. And I like that way that they are pushing us in a positive way. And even sometimes we have a silent moments and so on, but I think that that's even more better that they keep on pushing, because they have that knowledge and they push us in a direction that think about this option, that how you see this one, is this valuable for you? And then kind of creating that story together. Yeah. And in all those cooperations, I think the most important thing is that you are truly honest on both sides, that you tell your situation and what are the next things what we are doing and what we're trying to achieve and so on. And sometimes that's tricky. That's one of the things I'm trying to put in the outdoor business, that, hey, you can be open and tell that, hey, I don't know what to do with this. I have no idea. Let's think about together. But sometimes it's really hard to tell that I have no idea. I don't know how to move on. What I should choose next. Yeah. And there, Iona has been really, really helpful for us.
Well, really great to hear. Thank you for kind words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
No fancy composable stuff I can really reply on. But anything. We are in our starting our journey there and so on. But any good advices for me, for us? Have I forgot something? Nobody's there to
They'll get back to you during the coffee break.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Juho.